Getting started. Middle C is the C note closest to the center of the keyboard, right in front of the piano's insignia. So wherever it says Steinway or Yamaha, it's going to be like right there. And of course, that's middle C. Middle C is also shown as a single ledger line that separates the two staffs. Now, the staffs are set up so that this is supposed to be the right hand and this is supposed to be the left hand. So when you're reading with the right hand, sometimes you'll see that the ledger lines, there's a couple ledger lines that go down, or they can go up from the bass like this. But technically, there's only one note that separates the two staffs. Standard keyboard is made up of 88 keys that make up 7 octaves of 12 notes and 4 extra keys at the bottom or at the top, however you want to look at it. An octave can start anywhere on a keyboard. For example, it can go from C to C or E to E, A to A, F sharp to F sharp. It spans 8 white notes and 5 black notes. Half steps and whole steps are very important. A half step between notes is any note or any key that is directly next to a key. So the white and the black keys are directly next to each other. They're a half step apart. So if we look here, from this point here to there is a half step. This is the exact same thing. Now, if you notice right here, there's no black note in between here. So from here to there is a half step as well, an adjoining key. And of course the other way around here. So you got a black to a white. That's going to be a half step too. Now a whole step, real easy, is twice that of a half step. So where it's going to be every other note in order to do it. So for example, from here to there is a half step. From there would be a whole step. So there to there is a whole step. Again, this is the half step mark here, whole step. We're going half step right there, and then a whole step. So I think you get the idea. Well, the idea here too is to be able to say, well, where's a step and a half, or where's 2 steps? So for example, from here, from this note right here to this note right there, that's 2.5 steps. So it goes 1 step here, 2 steps there, and a half step there. Each octave of 12 notes repeat up and down in order. The white notes go from A to G. And the black notes are named in relation to their white note position. The black notes have a sharp and a flat name based on the direction of the half step. Now, notes that go up the keyboard are sharp, and those that go down are flat. In the beginning, this can be somewhat confusing, but for just a moment, forget about the whys, just accept it. When you play a song, you're playing mostly in any one key at a time. So whatever key that song is declares itself. So it's not like you're mixing sharps and flats and you have to keep track of, well, I'm going down now and that's a flat, now I'm going up and that's a sharp. You don't mix the two up generally in songs. You usually you're either playing flat or you're playing sharp. The main thing is to remember is that if we're going from this C on up, it's a C sharp. If we're going from this D on down, it's a D flat. Now clearly those 2 tones are exactly the same, but the way that we look at it is different. So this can either be a C sharp or a D flat. Each octave of 12 notes repeats up and down in order. Now the white notes go from A through G, and the black notes are named in relation to their white note positions. Now, the thing is, in music, we really think in terms of going from C to C, but, that's the way that it is, A through G.